Okay? So, who would like to give it a shot? Come to the front of the room, enroll the entire room. You are up. Give her a hand, please. Okay, so what we're going to do is this, is while she's in the front of the room, she's not going to have a microphone. And what I'm going to ask you to do is, I can do this myself. I'm going to turn myself off too, so that if I have to do some modeling here. But the reason for that is I wanted to get you the opportunity to project in front of the room. When I was in Sydney about a year ago. I was with Kiyosaki, and I came up to do a piece, and we had 3,000 people in the room, and the sound system went out. I mean, out. So 3,000 people in the room trying to, it was tough. We had to bring people close, but you still had to be able to carry the room on your, luckily the acoustics were pretty good in the place. But what we're going to, here's the agreement that I want with the people in front of the room, is what I'm going to do is, okay, is it Taylor?
Taylor, yes.
Taylor. Yes. Is what I would like to do is my agreement that as anybody comes to the front of the room, I will do my best to make sure that you end up with a win here. Is that a deal?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that's my deal. But in order to do that, I need to have your permission to be willing to push you, coach you, keep you in the heat a little bit.
All right.
Okay, I won't do anything to embarrass you or anything like that. Is that clear? No, that's just not right. Some people do that. That's not my thing. Okay, everybody understand? Yes? Yes. Okay, so, and it's between Taylor and myself. Nobody came in here on a white steed in shining armor, I don't believe. Is that true? Yes? Yes. Okay, so it'll be between, and if she says, look, I'm done, that's up to her. She's done. Okay? Deal?
Deal.
Okay.
This is basically the opening statement. Okay.
Yeah, the opening. Now, obviously what's going to happen, you and I are going to create a model for the group, so I'm going to stop you quite a bit and have you repeat and do some different things, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right, good. And what's this?
My notes.
Okay, you don't need those. Put those up. How many people sat down and were writing out your speech? See, I don't know if you've heard this before, but you know, when it comes to communication, when it comes to presentation, those that have studied NLP, what's NLP stand for? Good, thank you. Neuro-linguistic program basically said when it comes to words, what % of the communication is in the words? What %? So most of you are sitting there practicing the words. It's interesting. What's the other part?
55% body language.
Okay, 55% body language. Good. What else? What's that? What is it? What's the percentage? About 38? Yeah, okay, something like that. Okay? But basically, the point I'm trying to make is the words are not that important. You need to have words, obviously. Okay? Now, the other thing is, does it take courage to come up here? Yes. Tremendous amount of courage. One of the cool things about being in front of a room from a sales perspective, I started doing presentations a long time ago because there's an assumption when you go to the front of the room. You know what the assumption is? Yeah, that you know something. Now, that may not be true. But in fact, because it's for most people, remember the number one fear is public speaking, public humiliation, all that stuff. When you go to the front of the room, there's some skepticism, but there's also a certain amount of immediate what? Respect. So you want to capitalize on that right away. Because for some people, it's like the Abraham Lincoln expression. You've ever heard this one? Better to be thought of as a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. No, don't worry about it. Okay, so because this takes a lot of courage, we want to make sure she wins. She gets a lot of energy. Yes? Yes. So we have a little thing that we do. It's called a power whoosh. What's it called? Power whoosh. What a power whoosh is, you're going to extend energy to her. And the way it works is this. You're going to give 3 claps and then send energy. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, whoosh. And you take the energy, it goes right out your arms, through your fingers, right into her solar plexus. Everybody got it? Yes. Okay, so go to the center there. Okay? So Taylor's the first. Okay, power whoosh. Ready? Go.
How many people would like to...
Okay, hold on. First of all, how's our energy? Good. Pretty good. But is that the first thing that Harv and I do when we come to the front of the room?
No.
What is it?
I forget.
Good recovery. Do you say hello?
No.
Before that, what's the first thing? Scan the room. So you come up here, you scan the room from side to side. Now you don't need to spend 10 minutes doing that, but just real quickly. Now why do you do that? Huh?
Make a connection.
Make a connection. Good. What else? Anchor. Good. Buy yourself some what? Settle down. Also, you get to see who's in the room.
You did that. You did that right when you were talking. You did that.
Right, I know, but that was not the time to be doing
You
it.
didn't say go yet.
Shit. Right. Okay? So the point here is you also want to know who's in the room. Because there'll be some people that are on, because what you do is when you scan the room, you can immediately see who's on your side, who's not on your side, by body language, right? Typically, where do the skeptics sit? Back, left corner. No offense. Now, this room's a little different because this is not a cold room, but typically, or wherever the door is, typically they'll sit there and you can see them, they're kicked back. Now, don't ask me why they do this, but something subconsciously puts them back there. Everybody understand, yes? So the idea is, I always, because I tell you the first program I did with Banker's Trust, I go in there, there were 3 guys sitting in the back, Wall Street Journal up, feet up on the table, as I'm starting. So I just stood there. I got introduced, and I stood there, and I scanned, I looked over, and it seemed like an eternity. I just kept looking. Paper dropped for a second, and I just smiled. Because the communication was, I know that you know that 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 you don't want to be here. Okay? I mean, it's like, got it? Enroll. Okay? Then you scan. Then what do you do? And then what do you do? Don't say hello. You actually start. If you would eliminate the hello, you're on the right track.
Okay. Ask a question.
How many questions? Okay? Try that. Let's go that far. Okay? That's a little long. Okay? Okay, here's what I suggest, okay? It's kind of like Too much. Just come out.
Somewhere in the middle.
See, you got great energy. She have good energy? Great energy. Just come here. Plant them. Stand here. Stand your ground. Scan. Deliver. Okay? Ready? Go. Smile. You can. I thought we had a female version of Clint Eastwood up here. Okay? No, seriously, just boom. Yeah, there you go. That's much better, much better. How many people see the difference? Look, see, you can feel it. This is the point. What Harv said this morning was really true. You're never going to be able to sit in front of another presenter. From now on, you're going to go in there and you're going to go, oh, Trust, because see, you're already sensing it right now. That's what I want from you. You sense that, you put yourself in the caliber of less than 0.1% of the best presenters on the planet. Nobody has a clue out there. Okay? Good. Go.